Okay, we are officially recording. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share a screen, so just bear with me.
The down there green button. And click the one you're on.
Okay, can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, great. That's what we wanted to hear. Fantastic.
You
Okay.
can't see us.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, fantastic. Well, again, we thank everybody for being here. Today we're gonna walk through our introduction and our welcome. Next, normally Mother Laura Chandler Ericson would be doing the presentation, which includes, of course, the big reveal of the amount. Unfortunately, as I said, she's not with us today. She's with us in spirit. So I'll be walking us through that. Then we're going to walk through our 2023 sponsors. And it's because of them that we got to the level that we're in today, the level of the scholarship amount. Then we're going to show that Shannon Gamble and family. We've got some beautiful pictures. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the Chester County Community Foundation and how we work together with them. And then the scholarship funds go to the Westchester University. Okay. So this gentleman, Stephen Chandler Ericson, of course, is why we're all here today. That handsome young man and his dog, Kelly. And it was in 1984 that Mother and Dad decided, after Steve's accident, to create this scholarship that goes to a high school senior. Right now, we're working with Henderson, a high school senior. So this can help them with a freshman year of college or trade school. And here are just some pictures to kind of, so you can see there's Mother and Dad. That happened to be at their 50th wedding anniversary here at our home. It's Mom and Dad in Florida. This was at their 35th anniversary party, and Mother and Steve. And Mother and Dad, that was actually at our Rotary, one of our Rotary events, the pancake breakfast at Westminster Presbyterian Church. And various sweet pictures of Mother and Dad and Steve. This is, I have a sister too, so we're a group of 3 children. I'm the oldest, and then Steve, and then Jennifer, and that's Steve and Jen. Steve at his 16th birthday party, and Steve and Kelly. And Steve was quite the athlete. Here he is playing soccer, and that was at the Outer Banks, and that's my mother's father, my grandfather, Chandler. And of course, there's Steve and Kelly, and we always had a tree in each of our rooms that we decorated at Christmas time. And that's a beautiful shot of Steve. I don't know who took that. We love that picture. That was Stephen's first Christmas with Snoopy. And just some beautiful shots. This was again the summer, Stephen's last summer here on Earth. That's with my mother's mother, my grandma Chandler, celebrating a birthday. Steve and the soccer team. Steve studying in his room, and I have a picture. That very picture sits on my desk. So when I'm at my desk, Steve's at his desk. I also have a picture that was taken. Steve just was standing in the bathroom. He had just brushed his teeth or something. I took a picture. So that picture of him is also in my bathroom. And that's really, Jennifer's with us here because Mother is pregnant, actually, in this picture, the lower left picture. And that's Steve and I, Steve and Kelly. And that's a beautiful shot of Steve and Kelly in the backyard. And Dad took that from our Mother and Dad's dining room with a telephoto lens. It's just a great shot. And Steve's playing baseball. and playing. This was at a banquet at the Christian school. He had played the saxophone.
Oh my gosh.
And so you can see a little pictures of different parts of his life to give you kind of a sense of Steve and the young man that is that we're here today to celebrate. A couple things how this all came about. As I said, mother and dad, and again, you know, when a child passes, we didn't realize it, but that it's very challenging for couples really to stay together. And thankfully, mother and dad not only stayed together, but really it unified them, and they really threw themselves into creating this scholarship and working on that. And it really had a life of its own. Mother also
Started with his college tuition.
Yes, it started with just a couple $100. The first one given in May of 1985 started with just maybe $100 or so, and it was given every year, and it's just built over time. And really, it was completely private. Nobody really, but mother's immediate circle knew that this even existed. And in the, I guess it was like 2009, 2010, we started to talk about it in a more public fashion. In 2010, we created the foundation because we thought, wow, if other people know about this scholarship, perhaps they might want to contribute, and thus the recipient could get more funds to help with their freshman year of college or trade school. So it's really grown from there. And again, all attribute to the hard work of my mother and father, Laura and Joseph Ericson. This year, some interesting facts. This year will be our 44th scholarship over 39 years. And you may be thinking, wait, how's the math work on that? Well, in 5 of those years, mother and dad gave 2 scholarships a year. So that's why we're at 44 and 39. So of course, next year's a big year for us because it will have been 40 years that it will be going strong. But this year is our 39th year, and this will be, Shannon will be our 44th scholarship.
Congratulations.
And in 1985, when it first started, Stephen and Jennifer and I, we all went to Westchester Christian School, and the scholarship went to a senior at the Christian school from 1985 through and including 2012. And in 2012 and early 2012, we thought, because it had been exclusively just for that school, and it's a great school, and we thought, wow, wouldn't it be neat if we could expand to touch the public school setting? So we thought, and again, all, you know, great things with Westchester Christian School, great experience. But we thought, hey, wouldn't it be nice to also touch a wider audience? So as we were contemplating who we could team with, after we thought about it, it became quite simple and quite clear, because one of Stephen's best friends is Jeff Bott, and Jeff is a teacher at Henderson. So that made it very simple. Henderson was the answer. So in 2012, we began working with Henderson High School, and it's been wonderful. The scholarships have gone to over 20 different colleges and universities. 3 of the recipients are business owners, and the majority of our recipients make Pennsylvania their lifelong home. So just some fun facts about the scholarship and how it touches different lives. As this has evolved over the last 39 years, again, it evolved from being primarily supported by immediate family to expanding to more of a global audience. And that was due in large part to the track that mother wrote. And I think the Gamble family, we sent you that information. And a track, as most of you probably know, is, you know, in church or any type of faith, you see pamphlets often in the sanctuary that are inspiring. And this letter she wrote to Stephen the night that he passed, and it was really the only way she could really articulate her feelings. And the letter soon reached different family members and friends, and it ended up being published and in pamphlet form in churches, and we've printed it several times. Several times, and it's been around the world. In fact, an interesting example of that, one of my interns, I always give it out to my interns, and one of my interns, I gave it to her. The next day she came in and she said, Sid, wow, I showed it to Mother and Dad. They knew all about this. And she actually is from India. Her parents born in India. She was born here, and they knew all about it living in India. So just a little example of how the ripples that have happened in a very positive manner from turning, tragedy into triumph, which has been a blessing. Our mission has evolved as well, and it really has become threefold. With God turning tragedy into triumph, the importance of education, and paying it forward. And we're just really delighted, Gary and I, to be sitting with you today and sharing God's work. And I want to make sure everybody can see Gary. Okay, my amazing husband, Gary Vitamin, who is just, we work every step of the way together. And we are very blessed that he is a part of our family and a part of this wonderful work with Steve. And normally this would be the time that Mother would do the big reveal, but I'm going to switch from stop sharing the screen for a moment. And I want to let you know that this year's scholarship amount for Shannon is $10,000. And so congratulations, Shannon. We hope that this helps you with lifting that financial burden your first semester. We know that you're going to Westchester University to major in nursing. And let's go ahead and we're going to unmute. If everybody would unmute, please, for a moment, that'd be great. And fantastic. So, Shannon, what do you think? We were so excited for you this year, and we hope that you are excited about how this might lift the burden somewhat as you begin your freshman year. What's that?
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. And again, normally Mother has this opportunity, but we're standing in for her today. But we're just so excited for you, happy for you, and proud of you. We want to go ahead and share and walk you through all the people, because there's a lot of people, Shannon and Gamble family, that made this possible today. We have, as I mentioned, we have a foundation, and as that accrues funds, there's a percentage that we can extract each year, and that is the amount typically that is available to give us a scholarship. But 5 or 6 years ago, we started doing corporate sponsors because we thought, wow, the number is A. Hey, if we did sponsorship opportunities, that might get it to a higher level. So we've been doing that the last several years, and it's because of the amazing people that some of who are on the call today. I'm going to walk you through who those amazing people are. So we're going to go back, and we are going to share screen again. Okay. Okay. So this is our eternal sponsor, Aunt Pat and Uncle Ralph, Dr. Ralph and Patricia Passanelli. Aunt Pat and Uncle Ralph have been, they're my godparents. They've been parents of my friends of my parents since their years at Penn State University. And Aunt Pat passed several years ago, but Uncle Ralph is still going strong and has every year since Mother and Dad created this, since 1985, they have contributed, and they are just, we could never say enough about them. They are just amazing people, and we're just really blessed to have them in our lives. So they are our eternal sponsor. This person who would like to remain anonymous is our crown sponsor this year at $2,000, and he prefers to remain kind of under the radar, but we are very thankful for his amazing generosity. And it's somebody that we've known most of our lives. So he is our crown sponsor. So we just got to give the heart sign there for him. Our diamond sponsor, one of our diamond sponsors, Michael Halabian. I met Michael when I was an intern in Washington at 19 years old, and he has been a friend of our family ever since, and has just been an amazing supporter of Mother and Dad's work with Steve. And we're just delighted for his support and being our diamond sponsor for many years. Our platinum sponsor is Ron Della Vecchia and his team at Della Vecchia, Riley, Smith and Boyd Funeral Home. Ron has taken care of our family over the years, and he's just become such a dear friend to our family. And he has been a platinum sponsor for many years. And we thank you, Ron, for all you do to support Steve and Mother and Dad. Our next platinum sponsor is Buzzy and Teresa Guspoderic. They are part of the Team Crumpets as our Pat and Ralph Passanelli. Team Crumpets is a group of my parents' really dear friends, 5 families, and they have been a platinum sponsor for many years.
Friends since grade school.
Yeah, and Teresa and my mother went to grade school together. So kind of gives you a perspective. Mother's 89. And so it gives you a perspective of the longevity of that relationship. And they are just lovely people. In fact, a couple months ago, Gary, Mother, and I went down to Maryland, where they live, to celebrate Teresa's 90th birthday.
Surprise party.
A surprise,
And
yes.
you don't
thank
really
you.
want to surprise someone
Yeah,
90, but
yeah.
you did.
But she handled it beautifully. Our next platinum sponsor is Carol Halabian, and that is Michael Halabian, a previous sponsor that you may have seen. This is his sister, his twin sister, in fact. And she is new to sponsorship for us this year. And we are just thrilled that she has a heart for Stephen's work and is sponsoring at the platinum level. We're just thrilled. And Carol, we thank you so much. And again, that's Michael Halabian's twin sister. Our next sponsor, we have a lot of new sponsors too this year that we haven't had in years past. So it's really lovely how things are kind of growing. Another platinum sponsor, and again, this is a newer one, Carol, Walt, and Sarah from the owners of Steyr Propane. And Carol, Walt, and Sarah went through school with my mother, Laura Ericson, in Downingtown. So again, another Downingtown connection and relationship with Mother, and that, you know, allowed this relationship to come into the fold this year and achieve that platinum sponsorship. So Steyr Propane, Carol, Walt, and Sarah, we thank you so much for your generosity. Our gold sponsor is Judd Clayton, and Judd has been a gold sponsor for many years now, and it's all because of this gentleman right here to my right, Gary Bideman, my husband. Gary, would you like to share?
Judd, I've worked with Judd for many years, and he's a fire and arson investigator, as I am, and I'm an electrical engineer also, and we've worked with each other and against each other. He's from Texas, and when he became aware of this, he just jumped right in and supported the effort. He's a great guy.
Yeah, it's amazing because he, you know, he wouldn't be involved with this had it not been for Gary, and Gary's helping him with a case. And because of that, and you probably wouldn't share it this way, but the thing that's really nice, and Judd is such a lovely man, Gary helped Judd, and over the years Judd kept saying to Gary, hey, is there anything I can do to compensate you for this, and Gary would always say no, you know, just glad everything worked out. And then one of the years that he inquired, Gary said, well, you know what, I don't want anything, but how about you consider donating to Steve's foundation? So that's kind of how this came to be. And even though Judd has since, I think he's kind of eased into perhaps a retirement mode, is still wants to stay involved. So we're grateful. And again, that's all thanks to the gentleman to my right, Gary Bideman,
And Judd himself. Yes.
and Judd himself and his heart and philanthropy. Thank you, Judd. Okay, trying to move on here. 1 second. Okay,
yeah.
there we go. Okay. Our next sponsor, a gold sponsor, and again, this is a new relationship, but a dear friend, and this comes compliments of Mother, another gold sponsor. Now they prefer to be anonymous, but it's a relationship that Mother had in her work life, and they became dear friends of hers. And so they are a gold sponsor this year. And of course, we want to respect their privacy, but they are just thrilled to be a contributor. And we thank them very much for that. Our next sponsor, another gold sponsor, is Dan and Kate Duffy. They have Duffy Heating and Cooling and purchase Scheller Oil. So this is their gold sponsorship at $500. And we are just so thankful for their philanthropy. And again, this is a relationship that Mother has had for years. And we reached out and we were just delighted that once we shared what Mother's done with Steve, they were just really delighted to become a part of it. So we're very thankful for our gold sponsor. And again, all a tribute to Mother. And our next gold sponsor is Cockerham Painting, Charles and his team, Charles Cockerham at 500 level, a gold sponsor. We're very thankful. Cockerham has done many things for Mother's home. They've done stuff at our home. Yep. And we just thought, just several weeks ago. And we decided, hey, we'll just let them know about this scholarship. Perhaps they might want to be involved. And we were just so delighted and thankful that Charles and his team decided to become a gold sponsor. So we thank you. And for your painting needs, check Cockerham out. Okay, our next gold sponsor, also new this year, another gold sponsor is Terra Technical Services. Now this is Conrad Muley's son. Conrad Muley has since passed, sadly, but an icon in the Rotarian world and kitchens and bath. He had a high-end kitchen and bath company, and for many, many years. And he became a dear friend of our family through Rotary, the Sunrise Rotary, and became a mentor to me, and just was so supportive of our family. And we were so delighted that, and his son, Conrad Muley, when we shared what we were doing with Steve this year, he was only too kind to support us. And again, Conrad is a gold sponsor at 500. We are so thankful to him and his team at Terra Technical Services. We are really blessed. And we know that Conrad, from his heavenly address, is excited for your support of Stephen. And Conrad, we thank you ever so much, and his wife, Missy, for your support. Silver sponsor, and we have our dear, dear friends, Dave and Margie Johnson. They are with us today, and they have been dearest friends to us over the years. We met Dave and Margie through Sunrise Rotary. Dave is in Rotary, I'm in Rotary, and met them in 2004. So coming up on 20 years of a beautiful friendship. They've become like family to us, and they have been supportive of Steve for many years. And we just want to thank you. Margie, I think, can you hear us okay, Margie?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. And I don't know, is Dave still on the line as well?
Yep.
Okay, so we actually have two of our sponsors here with us. And again, Margie has Ascend Consulting, and Dave was with Oliver for many years. He recently retired, and Margie is maybe dialing her career back somewhat, but still in the game too, still incredibly busy. But even though they have entered retirement and kind of semi-retirement with Margie, they are so generous that they have become our silver sponsor this year, as they have been in many years in the past. And we just thank you so much for being with us today, taking the time. And it's so exciting to be able to thank you publicly, Dave and Margie, with the Gamble family right here. So Gamble family, when you think about the sponsorship, it's because of people like Dave and Margie that our number got to the level that it did this year. Thank you so, so much.
You're welcome. And good luck to you, Megan, at college.
To heaven.
Our next circle sponsors, we have many circle sponsors. One of our circle sponsors is Lenore Guthrie, and that's her husband, Skip. He passed last year, but I know he's with us in spirit. Also a Sunrise Rotarian. Lenore is a Sunrise Rotarian, and we've been friends for many, many years. And she has supported Steve for many years, and we thank you so much. A beautiful, beautiful couple, and Lenore is just a lovely, lovely person, and has become also a very dear friend of Mother. So we're very blessed with her friendship, and we thank you so much for your support. Our next circle sponsor is Brian and Dawn Harding. And when you think about Shannon, when you think about Roslyn Swim Club, okay. Now Gary and I grew up in Roslyn, Parkside Avenue. Roslyn swim team people, and Brian Harding and his family are all Roslyn people too. So the ties that from your childhood, those threads have never broken. So this is an example in actual life of the Roslyn Swim Club and Roslyn Community Connection since, you know, the last 60 years.
Wow.
So pretty exciting. And Brian retired, I think it was last year, and we're just delighted that he is still wanting to be a circle sponsor for Steve. But it just gives you an example of those relationships that you make in grade school, high school, at Roslyn Swim Club are amazingly powerful and special.
Can I say something?
Yes,
In
please.
fact, Brian's father, Ken Harding, was I just happened to be timing a swim meet one day, and he was standing behind me, and I needed a job. He heard me say this, and I've been at LASCO now since he hired me 47 years.
Yes, that's the
So,
only place that he is.
My life career
Yeah.
started because I was at Roslyn Swim Club timing an event.
And you know what? The other thing about Roslyn is Gary and I we knew each other from Roslyn, and in midlife, we got together at the 50th reunion of the Roslyn Swim Club in 2006. And we,
Been together ever since.
at the 4th of July weekend, a best friend of Gary's mother came over and pulled us both together and said, you guys need to say hello again. And 2 weeks later, we had lunch. 6 months later, we were engaged. 6 months after that, we were married. And this year celebrates our 17 years together, 16 years married. Again, all attributed to the Roslyn Swim Club connection. Another circle sponsor, Jenny Harding. This is Brian's sister. She and I went all through school together, and she and her family lived on Sheridan Drive. And again, Roslyn Swim Club, little girls growing up together in the Roslyn community. And Jenny and her husband, Mark, have been circle sponsors for many years for Steve. And again, another example of those friendships that you can create in childhood and that you develop those ties. It's beautiful when they keep going year after year. And we are very thankful to them. Our next circle sponsor, another Rotarian from Greater Westchester Sunrise Rotary, Eileen Sussman. and her husband, Steve Brodsky. We thank them both. Eileen is just a lovely, lovely person and a wonderful friend to our family. There she is pictured, she and her husband. And she does so much for the Sunrise Rotary Club. And we are just very thankful for her support this year of Steve. And we thank you both so much. Another circle sponsor, Maury Jennings Stamball, another Roslyn Swim Club swim team member, and she grew up on Parkside Avenue since babies, and another supporter of Steve. And in this picture, Mother started a couple years ago getting 3 of the other little girls that I grew up with in Roslyn together, and every fall we get together at Mother's house for a little lunch. And this past year, she gave each of the girls a beautiful little statue of a little angel, just kind of indicating, of course, how special these ladies are to my mother. So that's what she's holding in this particular picture. But Maury and her husband, Vic Stamball, we so appreciate your support. Next sponsor, who doesn't want to be anonymous, but we weren't able to get a picture of him, but his name is Harvey McClure, and he has probably installed every carpet at Mother's house
And here.
He is an amazing guy, and he's just M&M Fashions is the name of his company. He does carpeting, and he's just the nicest guy, most professional, just a fantastic person. And he sponsored Stephen. This is his first time this year, and we're just so grateful to him. And we thank him so much for his support. Our next circle sponsor is Ram's Diner, Raj, who's the owner of, I don't know if you've been to Ram's Diner, right on High Street, kind of up from Parkway Center. But Mother has been a regular at Ram's Diner. She and
Vegetable soup.
Yeah, vegetable soup. In fact, when I go in with Mother, I feel like a rock star because she's the rock star. I'm with her, so I get to be treated pretty special too. But Raj just dearly loves Mother. And Mother said, we should just let Raj know about Steve. And I said, sure, we can share what we're doing. And as soon as we shared the scholarship that Mother and Dad created, he immediately said, oh, I would love to sponsor. So we are just thrilled that Raj and his team at Ram's Diner have been so generous to become a circle sponsor for Steve this year. Circle sponsor, Dave and Becky Rasmussen. Dave and Becky, I met Becky my first day, freshman year of college, when I was 17. She and I met, both 17 years old, freshman year of college, and was going to my freshman year at Baptist Bible College, where Becky attended, and her husband Dave was there too. They met, fell in love, and had been married for many, many years. And we have been friends with them since I was 17. So again, those ties from your youth, how blessed can we be that with every year they stay with us. So we're very thankful for Dave and Becky's generosity and their support. Next circle sponsor, Dr. Nelson. He is retired, but the best dentist on the planet, and his lovely wife, Miyoko. They have been supporters of Stephen for many years. And he retired a couple years ago from dentistry, but again, just a lovely man. And he set the bar very high in dentistry, and we were so thankful for his care all these years. Thank you, Dr. Nelson and Miyoko. And our last circle sponsor, Faye Whiteman. Faye is part of the Tea and Crumpets, Mother's childhood friend. She started grade school with Faye, and there Faye is pictured with her husband, George Whiteman. And George passed a couple years ago, but we're very blessed with Faye's support of Steve. And we just are so thankful for her kindness and her enduring friendship with Mother. And it's because, again, those ties in Mother's childhood bring us to where we are today. And we're very thankful for that. So Shannon and Gamble family, all these folks are how we got to $10,000 in 2023. And I think it's really nice that you can see firsthand all the people together that made today happen for you. And we're very grateful for them. And later today and over the next couple days, you'll see in social media, we'll be lifting everyone up in social media as well. But we just wanted you to know all the great people that made this moment happen for you. At this point, what I'd like to do is share, of course, some beautiful pictures of Shannon. And she's going to be going to Westchester University, studying nursing. And Gamble family, thank you so much, particularly Margie. I thank you for all our correspondence throughout these weeks and sending these lovely pictures of Shannon, of her graduation. Just beautiful, Shannon, just beautiful pictures.
Thank you.
Yes, and Shannon, at this time, what I'd like you to do, if you would, and this is Shannon's testimony about her feelings about being the recipient this year. And Shannon, if you would please go ahead and share that testimony, if you would read that for us, we would really appreciate it. And I'm going to turn it over to Shannon, and I'm going to stop the share. Do you have that, or do you need the screen up?
You can leave it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Shannon Gamble, and I'm extremely honored to have been the recipient of this year's Stephen Chandler Ericson Foundation Scholarship. I have grown up my whole life in Westchester, just up the street from Henderson High School. During graduation, I never would have expected to have received a scholarship, and little did I know the magnitude of the one I had been awarded. I've been swimming for 14 years and have spent every summer at Roslyn Swim Club. Every year at the swim team banquet, my head coach, Jeff Bott, would come up and tell the story of his friend Stephen and present the Stephen Chandler Ericson Award to a swimmer who embodied his charisma, free spirit, humor, and enthusiasm. I immediately recognized the scholarship name when I heard it at graduation. After reading Stephen's story and from what I already knew from my years growing up at Roslyn, I was thrilled and humbled to have been selected as someone who is seen to carry on Stephen's legacy. In the fall, I will be attending Westchester University to continue my career in swimming, as well as studying nursing. In my senior year of high school, I participated in the Allied Health program and was placed at Paoli Hospital. Before beginning the program, I already had an idea of what I wanted to do with my career, and that was medicine. I've always been fascinated by the medical world and all its aspects, and this program allowed me an inside look at what I would experience in a hospital and classroom studying in this field. I thrived. With this, the motto, "One life makes a difference," really resonates with me as a future nurse. I chose the nursing path over a physician because I really think the patient-caregiver relationship is crucial. A kind presence is sometimes all it takes to give someone hope and comfort while healing. I am very grateful to be receiving the Stephen Chandler Ericson Scholarship as I go on to pursue my dreams. In my athletics, college studies, and future career as a nurse, I intend to carry on Stephen's legacy by making a difference in people's lives and will strive to be an example of what this scholarship stands for.
Thank you, Shannon. That is just beautiful.
Yeah,
Well done, Shannon. Beautiful. That is really beautiful.
wonderful.
It just warms our heart, and we're just so excited for you and how you're going to continue. You're already making a difference to others in your life, and we're so excited for how you will just carry your heart for others forward in your education, and as you make your way in this life. And we hope that you'll always keep a little bit of Steve in your heart as you go through the many years. Wanted to share, a lot of you might be thinking, well, how do we actually work with Henderson High School? And basically the template, it's quite astounding. When Mother and Dad set this all up, how this would even work. As I said, they set it up in 1984, the fall of 84. And as I said, the first scholarship was awarded in 1985. And I'll tell you, after 39 years, the way they handle this has stood the test of time. One of the things that they felt very strongly about is they did not want to be involved with the selection process personally. They wanted to keep themselves removed from that because they never wanted to be in a situation where if they know somebody and, you know, just any like favoritism, or they just wanted it to be completely transparent and left to the in the high school situation where the teachers and principal that, you know, the teachers that interact with that senior class, they're close to the student. They know the students better than we ever could. So it's really up to them. What they did do is they put together the criteria to select the student. And the criteria was a good Christian testimony, sense of humor, a good student. You don't have to be off the charts. We felt like, you know, somebody that is you know, just A's in everything. They would have, you know, ample opportunity, and we wanted it to be more attainable to just your, you know, a great student, good school spirit, active in sports, active in music, and just, you know, connection to family and community. And they also wanted to make sure the scholarship could not be applied for. So this is something where the teachers select the student based on the criteria that mother and dad created. And they let us know. And it's been wonderful. So, and then of course, because we created the foundation, we were so blessed to work with the Chester County Community Foundation, and the funds, then they make sure that the funds go directly to the college or university or trade school. So there's never a chance that any funds could be misspent, misdirected. It's just fantastic. And working with the Chester County Community Foundation has been nothing short of fantastic. It's been wonderful, and they are just iconic in Chester County. And we're very thankful that since 2010, Steve's foundation has been a part of their organization, and they have hundreds of foundations that do many amazing things. And as I said, we're so thankful to have Kevin Baffa here. And Kevin is the portfolio manager, and Steph Stevens is the grants and director with CCCF. So we're just so thankful that they are here today. Here's some pictures of Shannon and your family. And again, Margie, thank you so much for sending us some pictures. I think it's so nice to see, and for everyone to see pictures of the family. And we can't wait to share this with Mother. So we thank you for these beautiful, beautiful pictures.
You're welcome.
Yes, they're really sweet, and we thank you for that. And your next steps,
Very good.
yeah, there's Stephen again, the reason that we're here. And your next step with the Chester County Community Foundations for funds to get to the university you'll be attending in the fall. And Kevin Baffa, hey Kevin, I think at this point you have everything you need. Is that correct?
Yes, we have everything we need. We got your form in the mail. So that's all good. I told Cynthia I had your check request ready for the last date. So now I just need to, let our controller know that he's good to send that out. And the check should be mailed out to Westchester in the next 2 weeks, if not just this week.
That's fantastic. And again, the Chester County Community Foundation, we could never say enough about this organization. You think of foundation, I don't know about you, but before I really became fully understanding what the Chester County Foundation does, Chester County Community Foundation, I always associate the word foundation with big dollars. And then when Gary and I said we'd love to create a foundation for Steve, but we thought, I don't even know if that's attainable, because we always associated having to start with many, many dollars to do something like that. And we were delightfully surprised in working with Beth Briglia from the foundation, that you can start with just a seedling. So we started Steve's foundation with just $1,000. And we've been blessed that that's been able to grow through many different ways over the years. But it's a beautiful way to honor somebody, such like mother and dad are honoring Steve and lifting Steve up, to pay it forward and help with an education scholarship. But there's so many ways to lift up somebody, whether it's in memoriam or a cause, anything that's in your heart. If you want to take those next steps and work with a foundation, it's more attainable than you think.
And they're the ones to do it with.
That's right. They're the organization to work with. Again, the Chester County Community Foundation. They are just amazing. And we are just one of many examples of people in this community that they work with and make their dreams of honoring somebody and helping others. They help make that a reality. And again, all attributed to the Chester County Community Foundation. So pretty remarkable. So I never know if I'll get through this without crying, but it's a real honor to do this on behalf of Steve. And wish Mother were with us today. But we're so thankful for what Mom and Dad did all those years ago. And if you could know Stephen, they just don't come any finer. And I'm really lucky to get to be his big sister. And but I know that he would just be, I know he's just thrilled that with you, Shannon, and that you get to be our 2023 recipient. He's just beaming. And he'll be with you in your heart, some part of your heart, every step of the way. And we're just thrilled. And he does send his love and prayers. And we're just so happy for you. So Gamble family, I'm going to stop the share and go back, if everybody would unmute, and we'd love to hear from the Shannon Gamble family. If your mom and dad could share a few things, Margie and Scott.
Sure. You guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you beautifully. Thank you.
Yeah, first and foremost, thank you for pulling everything together here, and obviously, you know, heading things up. You know, very glad to hear your mother's doing well, and you know, obviously, we were very shocked, you know, to hear that there was the accident. You know, we're just very happy that she's out of hospital. That's great. Now, your stories about Stephen and about your mother and the community are really heartfelt, and you know, even Rosalind, it's amazing the you know, that go back so many years, and you know how everything, you know, how kind of intertwined, you know, and it's really nice to see that and hear about all those long relationships in your family, and how all that's, you know, paying forward and creating, you know, an opportunity like this. So thank you very much. You know, I can't express enough, you know, the gratitude and how we feel about you know, winning something like this and being chosen to you know, to participate. And you know, it's really wonderful. So I just want to thank you. I mean, we've never really done anything like this before, so it's really, you know, it's really amazing to be part of it. And I know a lot of people have been involved. All those sponsors are just phenomenal and, very, very generous in, whether it's a big amount or a small amount. I know every amount matters.
Yes. Yes.
And the foundation, I know that foundations are really, really important with regard to that type of community work. So thanks, Kevin and Stephanie for being the stewards of the foundation. So just a wonderful thing, and thanks very much, and we will do our best to carry on Stephen's legacy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and we're thrilled that that it has touched your heart. And Margie, I just want to thank you again personally for all the beautiful correspondence you and I've had throughout the weeks. I appreciate that, and all the help that you've provided in sending information to us. It was really so helpful. We really appreciate. One thing I wanted to mention that I don't know as I did, but because of the foundation, now this scholarship goes on in perpetuity. So we're excited that when we are no longer around, Steve will still be doing his thing and paying it forward. So again, through the Chester County Community Foundation, that will continue to happen. Stephanie and Kevin, anything that you would like to add on behalf of CCCF?
Just that we're very, happy to be able to help out with this. This is really a great thing that Cynthia and Gary do, this fundraising to get this up from where their 5% is. It starts out around they're able to give out around $2,000 or so, and then to get that up to 10,000 is really, really impressive, and shows the support that they have in their community for Steve. And so we're just happy to kind of help facilitate that, and are happy to be able to help students like Shannon out to continue or start their education.
I would just like to add that the Ericson family is fabulous. I'll go cry too. And I've known them since I started here in 2014, and the story is beautiful. Your mission is fabulous, and you guys are one of our our shining examples. We were very fortunate to have Cynthia and your mother, speak at one of our annual meetings a few years ago about the fund, and share the story in our annual report. And we often talk about how good can come out of tragedy. And we thank you for the legacy that you're providing.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Steph and Kevin. We just thank you so much. And you can see how tenderhearted Kevin and Steph are. And it's not just, it's like, it's like family, the relationship that we have with Kevin and Steph and the whole CCCF family. It is indeed family, like family to us. And the work they do is just, I can't emphasize enough the level of specialness that they bring to our family and to all the people that are fortunate enough to work with them. So we just are very grateful. We're really excited for this year, and that those funds will soon be to West Chester University to help you kick off just a beautiful year. And we hope that you'll allow us to keep in touch with you. One of these days, what we'd like to do is have a get together here at the house. We used to do this before the pandemic. We physically would have the family, whoever the recipient's family wanted to invite here at the home. And of course, our CCCF family, whoever was able to attend from their team, the sponsors, at our home, and have this in an in-person presentation. But we sure would love one day to just have as many of the recipients just gather together. So we look forward to that. We just have to keep an eye on Mother and see how she's doing. But she's really actually remarkable. It's amazing for 89 years young. She is spectacular. She runs her life. We're just in the background. We're like the drivers.
We're driving,
We're
Stacy.
driving Miss Stacy, but she runs her own show. She runs her life. We're here as needed, but she just drives her life and is just doing fantastic. And we're just so thankful for her. Anything that you wanted to
No.
add?
No.
But it's again, we're thankful to be with you all. We thank you for your time. We know everyone is busy. And we know that we had to kind of pivot a bit on our adjusted date and time. But we really thank you all for being with us. Any of the other Gamble family members, we'd love to hear from you before we conclude. Can we hear from the grandparents, please?
Yeah.
I'm Margie, and I'm just so thrilled. This has been one of the best things I've ever witnessed,
Oh,
to meet you, and you have such a beautiful family. Your mom, your beautiful brother, he was amazing. And it'll make a change in our life. He'll always be with us now. And we can't thank you enough. I get sentimental too, sorry. So I'm going to make him talk.
Thank
It's
you
a
so
beautiful,
much.
this was a beautiful presentation. And your family and your brother, reading his story, it was very touching. And we're so happy for Shannon. She's worked so hard with her swimming and her education. She's really devoted a lot of time to her academics and swimming. And yet somehow she finds time for social life. But we're thrilled that she was able to receive this recognition. And God bless you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you on behalf of Mother. Daddy's with us in spirit. Steve's with us in spirit.
Yeah.
And we just thank you. It's so touching and heartwarming to hear from you. And any of the other Gamble family members, anybody else like to share something? We'd love to hear from you. Go ahead. Margie Gamble, that is. Would you like to share?
I just say how honored and humbled we are that Shannon has received this, and that we know she will carry on Stephen's legacy. And it is amazing. Like, I remember sitting at our Rosalind Awards night, and Jeff would talk about Stephen, and just so knowing like that name and hearing his story, and so I've always, like, for 14 years now, been hearing about it, and then to be the actual recipient, my daughter to be the actual recipient. And to meet you all and your mother is amazing. I'm sad that we can't meet her. In the future, we can.
Yes.
Put all this together from a tragedy, making it good for everybody. So carrying Stephen on, even though he's no longer with us. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And again, Mother, I spoke with Mother early this morning. And again, she sends her love, and was again very sorry to not be able to join us this morning. But she's with us, and we're recording it, so she'll get to see everybody. And we hope, we'd love to, when she's feeling 100%, would love to get everybody together. We just kind of take it day by day, but she is doing great, thankfully, and is back home and just really doing very well. So this is an emotional day for us. No matter how many years pass, it's very emotion packed. So even on a great day for her, I know this takes a lot out of her. But we look forward to you meeting her at some point, and we know that next year she'll be driving the bus. She'll be doing the presentation. But we just wanted to thank everybody for joining us. We will be uploading this, so and sharing this on social media, sharing it with, of course, the Chester County Community Foundation and their team But again, we just thank you so much for being with us today. We're grateful, and we're so excited for you, Shannon. You're such an accomplished young woman, and we're excited that we got to know you and to really get a sense of your heart and your mind and your love for your family and community, and just giving back, and to be at the tender age that you are and embody all those qualities is really magnificent. The sky's the limit for you, and Steve's just excited that we could just have a little role in helping carry forward your amazing life. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Good luck and enjoy your hard work to come.
Yes. Okay.
True enough.
Well, we thank you so much again. And everybody that's here, Dave and Margie Johnson, two of our enduring sponsors, we thank you so much for taking time to be with us. And I think it's very special for the family to meet two of our sponsors. It's pretty amazing.
A great family.
Yeah, a great family, very generous. And we're just thrilled that you could meet them both today. And Kevin and Steph from the foundation, the Chester County Community Foundation, that they could be with us is really a treat. We're really thankful. So we talk about them a lot, but it's nice for you to see some of their faces, the face of that organization. So again, we're going to conclude, but we thank you so much. And we look forward to talking with you again.
Yeah.
Take care. Good luck.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Good
God
luck.
bless you.
Good luck,
you.
Shannon.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.